All right, guys, coming to the end of the year, one thing that we're going to get ready to do a lot of is business planning, right? We got 4 or 5 sessions coming up all around the Midwest. But I want to talk about something that most people don't love talking about and that is numbers, right? And so I love numbers. My dad was a math teacher. I didn't love numbers when he was my dad, because when I was homework things like boom, 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 you got to get them done. But what I love about numbers now is that numbers are the language of business, right? They're our scorecard, they're our report card. And once we start to understand the numbers in our business, then we understand how to plan our business. Then we understand how to create a predictable, consistent flow of income, flow of leads, flow of closings, all those fun things. And honestly, until we understand those numbers, and a lot of times we're just winging it, right? We're just hoping that things work out. So what are some numbers you need to know? Well, obviously you need to know your number of leads. You need to know how many leads it takes you in order to get a listing, how many listings it takes for you to get a sold listing, how many sold listings it takes you to get the gross commission income you need, and then what your budget is, so then you can figure out of that gross commission, all of your expenses, what's your net income look like on a transactional deal. So then how many deals do you need per year? Once you know that, you work it all the way back up and it tells you exactly how many leads you need in a year. Now, the interesting thing is though, that's not that number of leads, that's not a one size fits all. It's very dependent on what the lead source is. So where are they coming from? Are they coming from your sphere? That's an incredibly different number than if you're prospecting expireds or circle calls. It's an incredibly different number than if you're working Zillow leads or if you're working pay-per-click leads or open houses. So understanding your numbers is key, guys. I want you to start looking back at your last 12 months and source all of your deals. So look at every single closing you had, say where did that come from, what source was it, and start to get clear on that first. And then I want you to look at your top 2 or 3 sources, because the odds are if you're getting decent traction from 2 or 3 sources and just kind of hits and miss from these other little ones, that if you would put your energy into understanding, truly mastering those top 2 or 3 lead sources, building out the systems, getting some accountability, getting into coaching or get into a peer partner kind of accountability relationship to where you guys track those and focus on building out what you need to build out to drive the number of leads you need to then support those closings. If you just do that on your top 2 or 3 lead sources, guys, you can basically forget about everything else, master those, and watch your income scale, watch your life simplify, because then you know every day when you wake up exactly what you're doing to drive those leads. Does that make sense? So start looking at this right now. We're here wrapping up the year. Start to look back at every closing you've had. Where did they come from? How did you generate them? And what do we need to do looking forward into the next year to master the systems that are going to drive that and propel you to not only an amazing income, but amazing clarity, guys. All right, we'll see you on the other side.